Well, good morning everyone and welcome to our General Council meeting for September. So thank you all for being here today. We'll go straight to our agenda contents and items. So our first item is recording who's present. So you're right, Marnie, with who's present? Thank you very much. Then we have our apologies and leave of absence. So today we have leave of absence for Councillor Cypher and Councillor Whiteman. Also, if there's any councillors that are also wanting leave of absence going forward, Councillor Wilkins.
Yes, please. So,
Okay. Sorry, we're before we go to all of that, we're going to have a mover and seconder to accept the leave of the apologies.
Oh.
So can I have a thank you for moving Councillor Newman. Can I have a second, please? Councillor Burns. So we accept the apologies for Councillor Cypher and Councillor Whiteman. Now we move to calling for further leaves of absence. Motion carried, sorry. Is that what you... Yeah, all in favour. Sorry. I'm jumping. Okay, now we can, third time lucky. Now we can move to any leaves of absence going forward.
yes, I would, through the chair, I would like to request a leave of absence from, I think it's the 12th of October to the 2nd of November, so which will include next month's, council meeting, general council meeting. However, I would like to request that I can attend by Teams.
Okay, thank you. Councillor, I've just been consulted that attending online would be extenuating circumstances, so being away on leave does not necessarily trigger that. Correct. So in the standing orders it says exceptional circumstances include this is a disaster or emerging disaster event. A councillor cannot attend in person because a councillor is required to attend official business in another location. A councillor is unwell. And in the case of special meetings, the councillor is in another location. So in another location only for special meetings. So okay. Will you be attending anything official at all, or?
Not council-wise. However, I did have a flight planned to come back so that I would be available, would be here in person. However, the flight was cancelled and there are no other flights available to be able to make that. So I'm hoping that that's extenuating circumstances.
I'll put you over to the CEO.
Through the chair, thank you very much. Just in relation to the extenuating circumstances, we can consider that outside of the meeting and accept your request to be excused for the next council meeting, and then consider those extenuating circumstances between now and the council meeting.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate that.
So the motion is to accept your leave of absence for the council meeting scheduled for the 29th of October, and a mover and seconder, please. Mover Councillor Hindmarsh, seconder Councillor Burns. All in favour? Thank you. And then that's carried, and then we'll, if you can contact the CEO to work, or our acting CEO, congratulations, Carolyn Knutson, to further consider those circumstances. Thank you, Councillor Wilkins. Thank you. Thank you very much. Now we'll move to acknowledgement of country. So I wish to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land on which we work and live, which is the Western Kungaloo, and recognise their continuing connection to land, water and community. We also pay our respects to elders, past and present, and to all our elders for forging our amazing region. Thank you. Now, we're moving on to welcoming Elder John Sefton from the Emerald Christian Assembly to deliver the opening prayer for today. So welcome, John.
Thanks for your welcome, Mayor, and thank you all again for the opportunity to open your proceedings. I know in my discussions with all the other church leaders, they do appreciate very much the opportunity. Just a quick thought before I pray for you. I was recently listening to a TV program where a number of journalists on a panel were discussing the state of the world, both Australian and international politics. One of the contributors commented on the division and the polarisation and the general disunity that seems to have gripped the world from the domestic household level right through to the national and international level. And he offered this thought. He said, in view of all of that, he said, we need to just get back to the basics of kindness and compassion in our dealings with each other, both at the household domestic level right through to the national and international level. Kindness and compassion, I don't know what you think, but kindness strikes me as one of the most beautiful words in English language. It really covers so much. I know it's easy to say, but it's not a new thought, because wise thinkers have always known that that was the solution to positive and worthwhile relationships. If I won't go back to St. Paul and his writings in the Bible, he said this some 2,000 years ago. He said, never act from motives of rivalry or personal vanity, but in humility think more of each other than you do of yourselves. And surely that's the starting point for kindness, isn't it? And I think we all would know the words of Jesus himself, who said, love your neighbour as yourself. And that's the message that we as church leaders are trying to impress on all the folk who are part of our congregations. And of course, as church leaders, we'd all agree that it's much easier with God's help. Just a simple thought, but let me pray for you now as you press on with your proceedings. Heavenly Father, I do thank you for these folk these men and women who have made time available to be the counsellors for the Central Highlands regional area. I pray that you might grant them the wisdom and the grace that they need as they go about their deliberations, as they make decisions about our community and as they plan for the future. I pray also for all of our other agencies, the police and the ambulance paramedics, the firers, the SES, and every other organisation and agency which is endeavouring to care for our community. Pray also that you may grant them the help that they need. Once again, Father, I thank you for these folk, these counsellors. I pray that you may help them in their discussions this morning. And I ask this in the name of our Lord Jesus, our Saviour. Amen. God bless you and have a good meeting.
Thank you, John. Thank you very much for your wise words. And I think, as you quite rightly say, when we're remembering to be humble, I think that's when we can actually experience or open ourselves to that kindness and compassion. So very wise words, and thank you very, very much. Thank you. Thank you. Moving on now to the confirmation of minutes of the previous meeting. So they're the minutes of the General Council meeting on the 27th of August 2025. So can I have a mover, please? Councillor Donaldson, seconder, Councillor Wilkins. All those in favour? Sorry? I wasn't there, should it be me? Oh, you weren't there? No, it shouldn't be you. So can I call for another seconder who was at that meeting? Councillor Hindmarsh, thank you. All in favour? Motion carried, thank you. Any business arising out of those minutes, councillors? Okay, thank you very much. We'll move now to a review of our outstanding meeting actions. So at the back of our agenda, or with our agenda, we get that list. So is there anything that the councillors wanted to ask about? No? Okay. And there's nil deputations today, CEO, and there's nil mayoral minutes. Call for any conflicts of interest today, councillors, with any of the agenda items. Again, councillors, as we go through the agenda, if anything does come up that you feel there's a conflict of interest, just you can raise that then as well. Thank you. Any petitions today, CEO?
No, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. So moving right along now to the section for decision action report. So moving now to item 12.1. So handing over now to Carolyn Knutson, who is our acting CEO, to introduce their monthly financial report for August 2025. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Through the Chair, good morning, councillors. I'll hand directly over to the Manager of Finance, Helen Kirby, to take councillors through this report.
Thank you, Acting CEO, and through the Chair, good morning, councillors. This agenda item presents the August Finance Report measured against the original budget. While it is still early in the financial year to identify firm trends based on only 2 months of data, we have started the year broadly in line with the budget, aside from some temporary timing variances. While Section 2 of the report shows that operating revenue is tracking to budget, operating expenses are well under budget. This is due mainly to the timing of payments to contractors and consultants, which will occur later than originally forecast. The Capital Works program for 25-26, valued at $82.7 million, is now underway, with expenditure plus commitments of $26 million recorded at the end of August. Further details of the capital program can be found at Section 3 and also Attachment 8 of the report. As at the 31st of August, Council held cash balances of $111.5 million and loans with the Queensland Treasury Corporation totalling $44.6 million. During this financial year, Council has budgeted to repay $26 million in loan principal, reducing total debt to approximately $20 million by year end. Combined rates and water arrears at the end of August were $8.1 million, representing a $637,000 reduction since July. The first half-yearly rates notices for charges relating to general rates, special rates, waste and sewerage were issued in August, however, are not included in the arrears amount, as these notices were not due for payment until the 11th of September. A breakdown of the arrears amount is provided at attachment 7 of the report. All business activities are performing ahead of budget expectations, mainly due to the timing of payments for materials and services expenses. Attachment 7 provides detailed activity statements for each of Council's business activities, including an analysis of the variance to budget. Section 10 of the report shows that for the financial year to the end of August, there is an even split on spend between local and external suppliers. In closing, the recommendation is that Council adopt the monthly finance report for the period ended 31st of August 2025. Thank you, and I'm happy to take any questions you may have.
Yep. Thank you very much. Can I have a mover, please, for the financial report for August? Councillor Wilkins, seconder. Councillor Donaldson, and move over to Councillor Wilkins to start off speaking to the report.
Thank you, Helen.
So,
Pardon me. Sorry. Yeah, I'm finding this a little bit harder to read than the previous reports for some reason. I don't know. Is it possible, with the key ratios, could that be put sort of back into the main thing at all? Is that possible or not really? I think it's in the attachments, but it was really easy to, read.
Just through the chair, I'll give that consideration. We did move it to the attachments. Potentially I could provide some just some commentary, high-level commentary in relation to the ratios within the body of the report.
Yeah.
And then refer to the attachment.
Okay, cool. Yeah, thank you.
thank you. Any other councillors who have any questions or would like to make any comments for our monthly financial report for August?
Oh.
Good, thank you. I'd just like to make
Sorry.
a couple of comments before you close.
Yep.
Is that all right? Is that okay? Yep, okay, thank you. I just wanted to say thank you very much for including the procurement activities as attachment 10 or inclusion of item 10 in the report. So thank you very much. I was very pleased to see that that the council's local spend for August was at 56%. So over half of our procurement or spend for August was with local businesses. So I was really excited to see that. So thank you, and for providing the amount which was about $4.8 million for August. So thank you very much for including that, and also for including the list of tenders that were released for the period. So it gives us a better idea of councillors which projects are actually moving through the system. And thank you very much for also in item number 5 under borrowings. Thank you for highlighting the detail there. We can see that in the previous financial year, council moved from its total borrowings or loans of 70.2 approximately million to about $46 million. So, and then that will be reduced once there's the payment of $26 million, and exciting to know that the higher interest loans will be, or 4 higher interest loans will be fully repaid in September. So it's been, I think we've had a strong emphasis as a council that we wanted to pay down that higher interest loans on that legacy debt, which of course other councils have borrowed because they've needed to put in infrastructure, etc. So it does mean that we can repurpose or redirect the funds that we were paying for interest back into our operational budget. So or overall operational budget for council. So it puts our council in a really good position. So thank you also for detailing that. And glad to see that we're broadly tracking as predicted for the budget this year. So in closing, Councillor Wilkins.
Thank you. Appreciate the work that's gone into this. Yeah, I have nothing further to say. Thank you.
Good, thank you very much. So all those in favour? Motion carried. Thank you very much. Thank you. So moving now to item 12.2.1. So our economic stimulus application. So we're handing over now to Tyrone. Acting General Manager for Communities, Tyrone Meredith, to introduce. And before we do, I will have, can I ask for a mover, please, for this report? Councillor Donaldson, seconder. Councillor Newman, thank you very much.
Good morning, councillors. So the purpose of this report is to seek council support for the approval of an application under the economic stimulus policy lodged by CQ Rural Traders. And I will now hand over to Sarah Ronfeld to take you through the report. Thank you.
Thank you, Tyrone. Good morning, Mayor and councillors. This is the first application assessed this financial year under Stream 4 of the incentive program attached to the economic stimulus policy. It relates to a development permit granted to CQ Rural Traders for an agricultural supplies store at 10 Marathon Street, Emerald. CQ Rural Traders established in Emerald in 2022 as an independent and locally owned rural retail store, operating from rented premises on Hospital Road. By 2023, they were leasing additional shed space off-site to meet the needs of the business. In 2024, the owners decided to purchase a vacant lot in a new subdivision to build a complex that would be able to hold all their stock on one site. In 2025, they secured a development permit and the site is currently under construction with an operating date set for early 2026. The facility has 3,000 square metres under roof and includes a retail section, drive-through service and enough storage space to allow for the expansion of their current range and the introduction of new stock lines. The space also has been created to hold product information sessions for growers and graziers and industry personnel. The applicant has demonstrated that construction costs exceeds $250,000, which satisfies the primary requirements of the policy. They have additionally added that they will be employing new sales specialists in the fields of chemical, agronomy and irrigation, animal health, as well as assistance with administration and business development next year. An infrastructure charges notice was issued for a total of $243,000 and the assessment cost $12,197. The applicant has requested to be considered under Stream 4 of the policy, which allows for a full refund of assessment fees and a 50% rebate on levied infrastructure charges, which comes under the third threshold cap of $50,000. They have confirmed that the facility can be completed within 3 years. The site is currently under construction under various permits and no unlawful activity is occurring. The recommendation requests a total amount of $50,833 is taken from the economic stimulus budget. This is made up of the assessment fee, infrastructure charges and the cost of a development compliance certificate. Thank you. I'm happy to take any questions regarding this application.
Good, thank you very much. Councillor Donaldson, to speak to this first.
Yes, thank you. Through the chair, It's good to see that the council is supporting a good local business within our community. And it's good to see that they've got the confidence to expand and increase their business within our area. And I have to say, more competition is better for the consumer, because there are some big players out there and they've got enough confidence to go ahead and expand their business. Thank you.
Good, thank you very much. Councillors, any other comments or questions? Councillor Newman, yep.
Yep. I was just pleased in this development application to see the scope of what they're going to do with training and other resources within the facility. So, yeah, it was a pleasing take on the industry and how they're going to support it.
Good, thank you very much. Councillor Burns.
Yeah, thank you, Madam Mayor. I like this program we run. It is, and it encourages, as Councillor Donaldson said, local businesses to expand, and it gives them a bit of confidence with that extra money. So, thank you.
Good, thank you very much. And just to make a couple of comments, it was great to see that, great to see this application coming through. As the councillors quite rightly say, it's a great opportunity, this initiative through council to support local businesses, and it's great to see that there's also some other applications coming through the pipeline, because this would have been released on the 1st of July. So we have, for this financial year, so council has generously allocated $250,000 to the economic stimulus policy or program. So it's a great opportunity, and we thank the business CQ Rural Traders for also applying. And an important part, which I noted on page 48 also of the report, was that this business expansion will mean that they're putting on additional staff, which is growing local employment, so and jobs in the region. So it's a great initiative, and thank you very much for presenting the report. In closing, Councillor Donaldson, did you have anything else?
No, thank you. No.
Thank you very much. So all those in favour? Motion carried. Thank you very much. Thank you, Sarah. And congratulations to CQ Rural Traders as well. Thank you. So moving now to item 12.3.1, so the unconfirmed minutes audit and risk committee meeting, the 22nd of August 2025. And we're handing over now to our acting Chief Executive Officer, Carolyn Knutson. Thank you very much. And before we talk to the report, can I have a mover, please? Councillor Hindmarsh, and seconder, Councillor Wilkins. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Through the Chair, the Audit and Risk Committee is a cornerstone of Council's governance and risk framework, providing oversight of financial reporting, audit processes and strategic risk management. In accordance with Section 211 of the Local Government Regulation 2012, as soon as practicable after the meeting of the committee, Council must be given a written report about the matters reviewed at the meeting and the committee's recommendations about those matters. Of particular note, the committee reviewed the Queensland Audit Office briefing paper and the draft unaudited consolidated financial statements for 2024-25. In addition, the committee received the internal audit of Council's contract delivery, approved the annual internal audit plan for 25-26 and approved the updated committee work plan. I commend this report to Council and hand back to the Chair for Council consideration of the unconfirmed minutes of the Audit and Risk Committee meeting held on the 22nd of August 2025.
Good. Thank you very much. Councillor Hindmarsh, as a mover, if you would like to speak to this, please.
Thank you. Through the chair, I excuse me. I have no real have read the report. Have no real issues, comments, or questions. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you. Councillor Cruz or Councillor Hindmarsh? Wilkins, you're right. As members, obviously.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Look, just a question regarding the consolidation. So I was just reading it again this morning, and I feel a little bit concerned because it's a consolidation of the reporting of CHDC as a controlled entity. And to me, it seems, I don't know, contradictory that they're a controlled entity, yet there's going to be no recording of inter-department movement of money and things like that. And so to me, it's going to a much lower reporting than they already do. Does that make sense?
So through the Chair, I'll take that question on notice and provide a response back. There's a number of factors that control the way that Council must report from an external auditor point of view,
Yep.
and they meet the legislative requirements, but I certainly can provide additional information through to Councillor.
Thank you.
Good. Councillors, any other comments? Councillor Cruz.
Yeah, through the chair, this was a difficult meeting for myself as the internet was in and out. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to be present all the time, despite best efforts. But I guess just on that consolidation, I'm pleased it's going to be taken on notice because it also should be pointed out that CHDC is also under legislative requirements and is externally audited in any case. Thank you.
Good, thank you. We can get some more information about that, so that's good. Thank you. Thank you very much. I think I was present at the meeting, and note that on the minutes of page 61, we did discuss the mode of delivery for virtual and in person. And I know that I was very keen to continue with having our in-person meetings because it's a very important committee. We do have best practice where we have external or independent experts on that committee. In fact, one of those is the chair. So we have an independent external person chairing our Audit and Risk Committee, which is it's excellent because we have external members and experts working with us as council, so our staff and councillors to go through all of our internal and external auditing and the compliance and everything that happens to ensure that our organisation is meeting all its milestones, etc. So I thank you very much there. Sorry, my only other comment that I would like to only see we move to virtual and when it's absolutely necessary and by exception. Any other comments or questions, councillors? Councillor Wilkins, if you have any other question.
Can I have a comment?
If you couch it as a question?
Or... Yes. Can we continue with the face-to-face? Because as a, the audit, being on the Audit and Risk Committee, it's a very, say, challenging role. And I find that I always learn more face-to-face than virtually. And that's even through my university stuff and things like that too. So, yes, if that could continue, that'd be awesome.
Okay, thank you for that question. Councillor Cruz, you have a question? Oh, CEO, sorry.
So through the chair, there's 2 meetings a year that is scheduled for a virtual session, so that it, because they're generally short meetings, they're particularly targeted in reviewing the unaudited, the financial statements and approving the financial statements, and where there's significant items on the agenda where it calls for the independent members to travel into region and support the committee that way. All the other meetings are face-to-face, and they're only scheduled virtually if there's, I guess, a reason to do so, if that provides some comfort.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. Very good. Okay, over to you, Councillor Hindmarsh, to close.
Through the chair, no further. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So all those in favour? Motion carried. Thank you very much. Moving on to item 12.3.2, which is the Internal Audit Charter. So can I have a mover, please? Councillor Wilkins, seconder. Councillor Newman. And handing over now to our Acting Chief Executive Officer, I'm not sure which one I'm supposed to be saying, but Carolyn Knudsen. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Through the chair, the Internal Audit Charter outlines the authority, responsibilities and operational framework for the internal audit function at Council. It ensures compliance with the Local Government Regulation 2012 and aligns with the global internal audit standards. The revised Internal Audit Charter removes unnecessary duplication and inconsistencies, reflects Council's model of internal audit with individual audits performed by outsourced internal auditors, considers the assurance mapping focusing audit efforts in high-risk areas, and affirms internal audit's independence and its role in providing objective assurance and advisory services to improve governance and risk management. Council's Audit and Risk Committee met in August and endorsed the revised charter to be tabled for adoption at the General Council meeting. I now hand back to the Chair for Council consideration of the revised Internal Audit Charter.
Good, thank you very much. Councillors, over to Councillor Wilkins as the mover. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Look, I think it has removed unnecessary duplication and inconsistency and all the other dot points that are there. So I think, yes, this is a good move.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Councillor Newman.
I concur with Councillor Wilkins. It's clarified the document and the purpose and the roles are much clearer and more understandable to the general public.
Thank you very much. Councillor Burns.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. This is good. Thank you for providing the editing document where we can see what's changing and what's, whoever did it did a good job. I can see on 71 they've changed the Americanised organisation to the King's English, which is good. Change it to an S. That's one of my pet hates. So. Yep. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Councillor Burns. Thank you. Any other comments, councillors? I think I would just like to concur with Councillor Newman and Councillor Wilkins and Councillor Burns, but definitely this charter does simplify and it makes the roles, it really lays them out in a clearer way to direct the audit, the internal audit. And the charter is important because it sets a direction for our internal audit, particularly the making sure, for the compliance functions of it, and also, as it's great, as say, Councillor Burns, that we have the marked up copy as well, because you can see that the intent has not changed, but it's a clearer and simpler written document, I think, as well. So thank you very much. And over to Councillor Wilkins to close.
Thank you. Yeah, no further comment. Thank you.
Thank you very much. All those in favour? Motion carried. Thank you very, very much. Moving on now to the 12.4.1, which project nomination for Safer Local Roads and Infrastructure Program Tranche 4. Can I have a mover, please? Councillor Newman, seconder. Councillor Burns, and handing over now to Acting General Manager, Infrastructure and Utilities, Kim Downey. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Good morning, councillors. I'll start this report by saying I'm feeling a real sense of deja vu. The Safer Local Roads and Infrastructure Program, this is round 4 of the funding. Of each of those rounds, we have brought them to Council for resolution. Today's report makes the recommendation that we actually only submit one project for consideration. The funding program is actually an application-based merit assessed program that is aimed at improving the safety and resilience of our rural roads in particular. There is a maximum of $5 million and they will provide up to 80% funding for approved projects. The applications for round 4 close on the 30th of September 2025. The proposed project the design is complete. It is shovel ready. So if we are successful with this round, we're required to commence construction within 12 months, and we are ready to do that and complete construction within 24 months. As with previous rounds, we still do not have an outcome for round 3. So submitting round 4, this project in particular, just in case. If this project is successful in round 3, we will withdraw our application for round 4. Happy to take any questions regarding this application.
Good. Handing over, thank you very much. Handing over to Councillor Newman to speak first, please.
Through the Chair, I'm happy to see this submitted, given that there's been no confirmation on round 3. And with the timelines that are associated, I think it's prudent to just put the one project forward. So I am fully in support of this process and understand that it would be removed if it's successful with the previous round.
Good. Thank you very much, Councillor. Councillor Wilkins.
Yeah, like Councillor Newman, I'm glad this has been put forward. As it says here, you know, there's the existing structure is at risk of possible failure during a flooding event. I just for this and future applications, can we please just have a map of where the culvert is going? Just a visual, if that's okay.
Thank you.
Happy to take that on board, Councillor Wilkins.
Good. Thank you very much. I did have the question to ask why, but then I looked at the Tranche 3 projects. There's $9.6 million worth of projects there. So I realised that if those projects or all of those projects are successful, I can see that it would mean pressure on scheduling workloads, particularly if you were successful then in Tranche 4. So I can see that is your reasoning for that approach. So thank you also for it confirming that. And I guess my only other question was that, sorry, I'm just looking here to, I can see, it's just dawned on me there as well that if that project is included in tranche 3 as well. Okay. I did miss that, sorry. So that's very good. I'm glad that I was worried that that project was going to be dropped off completely if it wasn't already applied for. So it is applied for, so thank you very much. Absolutely support that approach. So any other comments or questions, councillors? Very good. Handing over to Councillor Newman for closing comments.
Through the chair, I'm just happy that this project is being resubmitted as the highest priority for those trunk projects, and that's all I have.
Good. Thank you very much. Okay, all those in favour? Good. Motion carried. Thank you very much. Thank you. Moving on now to item 12.5.1, which is apply exception, sale of surplus vacant land. So can I have a mover, please? Councillor Hindmarch, and seconded Councillor Wilkins. Thank you very much. And we're handing over now to our Acting General Manager, People, Safety and Legal, Rhys Dennison, to speak to the report. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Mayor, and good morning, councillors. Councillors, you may have read about it on social media, heard about it on your radio, watched it on the evening news, and hopefully clicked on it on realestate.com.au. I'm referring, of course, councillors, to Council's vacant land strategy, which has been in full swing the past few months. And the crux of that strategy, as you well know, councillors, was to release council surplus vacant land to stimulate residential housing development across our wonderful region. And I'm here today, councillors, to tell you that a lot of very wise people have made some very wise investments, buying their slice of paradise to build in Comet, in Dingo, in Duringer and in Emerald. But before we get into the details, councillors, just to recap, you'll recall that in one of your very first meetings as a newly elected council, you gave us the mandate to go away and consider all options to incentivise the supply of land for residential development in our communities that were, of course, crying out for more housing. And since that first meeting with you, councillors, you'll recall that we have been working and meeting together as we catalogued and mapped every parcel of vacant land that council owns across the region, as we analysed the suitability of those lots for stimulating residential development. So, were they service lots? Are they freehold lots? Are they not too constrained from a planning and development perspective? As we undertook a market sounding campaign for the lots that were primed for residential development. And during that campaign, we offered and attended personal one-to-one meetings with anyone interested in building homes here in our region. And as part of that campaign, we saw more than 1,700 visits to our vacant land listings. We saw hundreds of phone inquiries come through about our land listings, and we received 65 formal expressions of interest for council's vacant land, councillors. And then armed with that feedback and armed with that interest from that process, you'll recall that we then officially took parcels to market for sale, councillors. Now, as you're aware, in accordance with local government legislation, the lots have to be made available for sale by various different methods. So many of these lots were made available for sale by tender. One of them was made available for sale by auction, and some of them were made available for sale by private treaty. And since July this year, councillors were pleased to announce that council has already sold 19 parcels of land at or above market value across Comet, Dingo, Duringer and Emerald. You'll realise I said there, councillors, 19 parcels of land, whereas in the report before you, it says 17. That's because that report was written last week, councillors, and we are selling lots, multiple lots, every week here. In fact, I have it on good authority. There'll be another 2 sold today, but I won't count my chickens too early. We'll just stick on the 19 for now. Now, many of the buyers that we've been dealing with, councillors, they were engaged by council during the market sounding campaign, and they told us about their plans to build homes right here. So we can't guarantee it, but we are certainly confident that these sales will result in more housing within our region. Indeed, some of the lots that we've sold, councillors, are suitable for building multiple homes on. And we'll be tracking those building approvals, councillors, and we'll be reporting them to you quarterly as part of our operational plan updates, so that you and the community are fully informed about the results of this council strategy. Now, the only downside here, councillors, if I had to choose one, is that currently we are yet to make a sale in the fantastic communities of Blackwater, Capella and Springshaw, where we do have some land available. But this is something that I'm hoping you can help us out with today, councillors, because it is the crux of the officer's recommendation before you. As I mentioned just now, to comply with local government legislation, council generally has to offer land for sale initially by tender or auction. Now, the Capella, Blackwater and Springshaw properties you see in your report and on your screen there, they were advertised for sale by tender between July and August this year, but unfortunately no suitable tenders were received. Now, it is open to council today to resolve to offer those parcels or those properties for sale by private treaty. So what I mean by that is just the normal way that people are used to buying and selling property, okay? We're confident, councillors, that if we list those lots there for sale in the ordinary way, so on real estate websites, for example, with a price tag at or above market value, or offers above market value, we will generate interest in those, and it will just be a matter of time before we are stimulating residential development in Blackwater, Capella and Springshaw. In closing, councillors, it would be remiss of me not to thank the property team for their work behind the scenes here, preparing contracts, generating marketing material, and meeting with interested parties, and of course, thanking council too for providing the strategic impetus and guidance throughout the vacant land strategy. Councillors, if you do have any easy questions today, I'm happy to field them, and I'm also happy to defer any difficult questions to my colleague, Helen. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Reece. Thank you very much. Now, handing back over to Councillor Hindmarsh.
As always, Reece, thanks very much for your commentary. There's only one thing that I can see that would increase the possibility of further success with this, and that is if you were the auctioneer on the day. The way you present is second to none. I think it would be highly advantageous if you pursued that. This process, I fully support this process. It was something I came into council to see, that we did a full review of council's land holdings and opened up to market anything that was suitable for the purpose of stimulating housing within the region. I am very pleased with the success. I think it's been very well put together by your team, very well executed by the agents and everyone involved in the campaign so far, and you still have my full support. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Hindmarsh. Councillors, any other comments or questions, please? Councillor Wilkins, sorry.
Thank you, Mayor. So I'm just on realestate.com and looking up 11 Manor Street, and it says it's off market. So when will it go under private treaty?
If you pass this resolution, councillors, hopefully this afternoon, but I didn't want to jump the gun there until you're happy for us, of course, to be selling it by private treaty. We've woed up, but look, if we get this resolution today, we'll be engaging a real estate agent via our approved contractor list, and you can hope to have that on realestate.com in the next few days.
Thank you. Just another question, which was sort of from a community member who came to one of our pop-up things. she was wondering, does this money go to like the general revenue for, if I can ask this question, I'm not sure.
100%, Councillor. I think it's a fantastic question. I have tried, we've tried in the report as well, in the finance and budgeting section, just to make clear, because I'm sure people have a similar question, is that, look, we weren't really sure at the start of this process what, if any, money would be generated from it. Now, of course, we're translating land assets into cash assets. What we have done is sequester the funding. So the finance team have popped it aside in sort of a non-statutory reserve. So we know how much has been generated from the strategy, but there is no plan earmarked for it at the moment. So as we come into budget season and workshopping that with councillors for the next financial year, perhaps we can talk more about what, if any, specific purpose you'd like to see applied to that funding.
Thank you.
Thank you for that clarification and question. Great. Thank you, Councillor Newman.
Through the chair, I'm just happy that your side hustle on land development has worked well, Reece. And thank you, Helen, for doing the hard yards in the background. I hope that there are 21 pieces of paradise secured by the end of this week. And I am fully in support of offering more to the community, given that we have such a housing crisis throughout the region. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Newman. Just have a quick question, if that's all right. Thank you for all the detail in your report, and I did pick up, I'm thinking, Reece, you've said 19 instead of 17. So, and you had detailed where all those parcels of land were sold. Can I ask which communities those 2 extra parcels of land were sold?
Of course, Madam Mayor. So currently, if you look on realestate.com, the only listings we have available are at Nagoa Rise in Emerald. So those 2 are from there. So we have 18 lots still available in Nagoa Rise. So if we'll be rattling the tin and spruiking those. While I do have the floor again, Madam Mayor, I will also mention that the community of Rolleston has not been left out. So the survey plan will be finalised today for a lot that will be made available for sale by tender in Rolleston as well.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Very good. I think, yeah. So, yeah, I'm supportive of the process as well. And as the councillors quite rightly say, the quicker we can get the surplus, it's been a fantastic process. Obviously, we have to be mindful of, you know, being in that space where other commercial agencies work. So it has been a good process that we've gone through, I believe, while competitive at the same time to meet the needs of hopefully stimulating housing throughout the region. So thank you very much for that. I don't think I had anything else. Do any other councillors have anything else to add? And it's great to see the spread across the region too, which is great. Good, thank you very much. So handing back over to Councillor Hindmarsh.
Through the chair, nothing further. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So all those in favour? Motion carried. Thank you very much. And thank you, Helen, as well, and all the team for all your hard work. Thank you. So moving on now, that is basically the end of all our items for discussion today. So there's no late agenda items, closed session items, no notice of the motion. Just moving now to general business, if councillors have any general business. Thank you, Councillor Burns.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I just have a quick question. Sorry, I wrote it down earlier. Can I ask where the CEO is up to with the the new organisational structure and realignment for the strategic improvement plan?
Through the chair, thank you, councillor. I'll take that question on notice and ensure that the CEO, and upon his return next week, will be able to provide you an update with that.
Yep, thank you.
Thank you. Any other general business? Okay, moving now on to acknowledgements. I just wanted to make a quick acknowledgement, if that's all right. I just wanted to say thank you to the councillors, thank you to the community for coming along to our shopping centre pop-ups. We were at the Coles Shopping Centre last Friday, the 19th of September, and at Woolies on the 12th of September. So thank you very much, everyone, for coming along, having a chat with us, telling us about your ideas and thoughts for council and the region. We greatly appreciate that. And just to let everybody know that our next councillor pop-up will be at the shopping centre for Blackwater on the Thursday, the 2nd of October. So, yeah, thank you very much. And I think if there's any other acknowledgements from councillors? Thank you. Very good. So moving on now to our closure of our meeting. So thank you all very, very much for our meeting today. And that draws an end to our meeting. Thank you very much.